Hey everyone, so we don't have any ads on this video because we have something pretty exciting to tell you.
Yeah, so not only are we celebrating finishing our new van build today, today is also the day my book publishes. This is Diary of a Nature Nerd. It's the first book that I've ever written and illustrated. It's a graphic novel for kids, and it's about a family who live out of their RV, and they travel across the country, and they visit national parks. So a big part of why we paused our nomadic life is so that I could focus on working on this thing. There's a lot of firsts here for me. I've never written anything. I've never worked on a graphic novel before, so I felt like I needed to slow down and really focus on this, which took me 3 years. So I can't believe that it's out in the world today. It's kind of crazy. So if you know a kid who might like this book, it's full of travel and hiking and wild animal observations. There will be a link below to order where you can order it online and support your favorite small bookshop. I think it's also going to be available in major bookstores, so if you want to pick it up in person, you might be able to do that too. If you do get a copy and you want to share a photo of it on Instagram, and then send me a message, I would love to send you one of our old Rolling Vista stickers as a thank you, because we still have a bunch of these.
It's a throwback.
Yeah, writing this story just made me miss van life that much more. So here we are again with another van ready to hit the road full time.
This is our third vehicle, and we feel like it's the most capable because we've taken all the lessons from our previous two and we put them all into this one. We're not builders, we're not craftsmen, but what matters is that it works, that we enjoy being in the space, and that we know how to fix it when it breaks.
Right. And so we're calling this build finished because we have to call it finished at some point. But something like this is never really finished, right? So we're going to do the tour today, but we'll do another tour later after we've lived in it for a while and show you it with all of our stuff in it and the things that we figured out along the way. That'll be a whole different...
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if what's changed between now, what we think is going to work, and then what a month or two from now is totally different. So with that being said, enjoy the build and buy Tiffany's book.
Okay, that was good.
That was good. All right.
I think we did it.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
Patti mayonnaise. It's like music.
Patti Vanlife, or Patti for short, is a 2024 Ford Transit. We got her in December last year and have spent the last 8 months or so converting her into our next home. For this build, we wanted a little more confidence off-road, so we added a 2-inch Q-lift from Quigley 4x4, upgraded Bilstein shocks, BFG KO2 all-terrain tires wrapped around black Rhino wheels, and an all-wheel drive system from the factory. More modifications are sure to follow. We elected to go with a shorter van for this build to improve our departure angle. Obviously, this sacrifices some storage, but we gained a little bit of that storage back with 2 exterior boxes from Flatline Van Company. In fact, almost all of the exterior components of the van are from Flatline, including the side ladder, rear ladder and tire carrier, roof rack, rear storage boxes, and side steps. For only the second time, we have a dedicated awning, which makes the outdoor space feel all the more welcoming. Swivel seats are a must, and are our primary seating method inside. The driver's seat turns around to become part of an office space, complete with MagSafe phone chargers, an adjustable monitor mount, and an AC outlet. We'll be adding a swivel table to the passenger side shortly. The galley actually came pre-made from a builder and shipped flat on a pallet, which we then put together like a model airplane. We thought we were saving some time and effort, but really it would have been simpler if we had just made it ourselves. That said, the galley does have some nice features, like this huge fold-out bamboo countertop. Across from the galley is the pantry, which also came pre-made model airplane style. The pantry has shelving, adds a small coffee counter, and includes an enormous drawer. The pantry also houses our Dometic 75-liter dual-zone refrigerator. Next to the pantry is another storage area, along with an additional surface for those things you have in your hand that you just can't find a place to put down. Next is the bedroom. I'm 5'8" on a good day, and Tiffany is 5'4". That means we can sleep east-west if we build into the wall of the Ford Transit. To improve airflow and add a little light, we added 2 bunk windows on either side of the bed. What we call our headboard is a bungee wall that allows us to quickly stow clothes, towels, or sheets. Above the foot of the bed is an open space sectioned off by bungee cord and a row of removable baskets for clothing. The lighting in the van is a warm temperature dimmable 12-volt strip light. We found puck lights to be too harsh in our last build for this small space, but these LEDs provide a more inviting and softer quality of light we really find attractive. As far as the systems are concerned, we made some changes from our previous builds that we think will serve us well in this smaller space. For the toilet, we've gone with the Compo Closet Cuddy. We've used a Nature's Head in our previous builds and have been extremely happy with it, but the Cuddy's space savings made it impossible to ignore. For fresh water, we have a 22-gallon tank over the passenger side wheel well, which can be filled by gravity or by city pressure by opening a valve. This feeds a foot pump, which runs to our homemade copper faucet. Our other faucet is fed directly by city pressure when we're at a campsite. Gray water is one of the most important things to consider in a van build, and we wanted to have options this go-around. Option 1 is to drain directly to the ground if we're just washing hands or rinsing things off. Option 2 is to drain to a 25-gallon tank underneath the van mounted to where the spare tire used to be. This is then connected to a standard RV sewer outlet for easily connecting to a campsite with sewer hookups. Option 3 is a 5-gallon tank inside the galley for use when the outdoor tank could potentially freeze. Valves are located under the galley and can be changed at any moment to divert wastewater into any of those 3 options. On top of the van, we have 400 watts of solar that charge our Goal Zero Yeti 4000. In theory, this battery system is great, but it's been a little finicky so far, and we're still working out the kinks. Most of our van is powered off of 12 volts, while we use 120 volts for our induction cooktop, our primary cooking solution, and for charging higher power devices. The Yeti can also be powered by shore power and slowly charged while driving using a 12-volt cigarette adapter. Also on top of the van is a max fan and a mount for our Starlink Mini, which we can leave up or remove to place on the ground for better sky access. No, the van isn't perfect. We're still learning about it and fully expect to make changes and fix things that will inevitably break. But we're optimistic, and we feel that if we maintain her well and have a little patience, Patti will take us to some unforgettable experiences. Until we post our next video, follow along with what Tiff and I are doing at the links below, and be sure to find Tiffany's graphic novel wherever you can. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you out there.